All right, sir. So who do I have here with me today?
C.E. Peters.
C. Peters. First of all, I want to say thank you and nice to meet you. How old are you and what's your current living situation?
I'm 55, and I was living out of my car, but now I'm just on the street and bouncing back and forth between.
Bouncing back and forth,
Yeah.
like couch surfing,
Yeah.
in a sense.
Yeah.
Could you elaborate? What's a day in a life like out here for you, man?
Day in my life.
Yeah.
Wake up and trying to get a job right now. So,
Man, that's amazing.
but it's hard to do with a felony conviction. I mean, all these companies say that they're felony friendly, but they're not necessarily, because there's no one that goes in and audits that. How many felons do you have working for you?
Yes, sir. I agree.
Yeah.
It's always like that last roadblock, isn't it?
It is.
There's always like, I'll hire you, but
Right.
Yeah. It's just so, to me, I believe that it's senseless, and I don't like it at all, man. I hate it when they add these unhinged stipulations to jobs when in reality they need the people.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
to me, I think it's
I think they need to take a closer look at what the felony was, and then if it's not directly related to the job,
shouldn't be a problem.
should
Or
not be.
maybe take into account like how many years has it been since the person's been in trouble,
and some of the
things
companies
of that nature, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on now, let's give people a break. They say America is the land of the free.
Right.
They say that we're the home of second chances and redoing it again. Let's make that happen. I always hear a lot of people say that they're going to get their rights restored. Do you know, I've never really met anybody who's had that happen. What about you?
I've not met anyone that's had that happen, but I see the advertising, do it for
too.
$300 or something like that.
Yeah.
But to your point, like a lot of background check companies, they have a bad reputation, right? They're viewed negatively, and I was reading an article where a lot of them are trying to recreate their portfolio, so to speak, and make it not a negative, bad experience for people, because so many people have bad information in their backgrounds, but they're trying to put forth a good effort and say, you know what, we're on your side too, and one bad event's not going to define who you are. And
Well
I think
put,
that would be
man.
good. Yeah.
Well put. Really, really, really well said. I enjoyed. Yeah, that was really well said. But at the end of the day, they're not hiring people, and other people are getting hired, and we're getting left out, and I just think that's it's a shame. But yeah, here we are. So 90% of the people that I interview, they're not from Arizona. Are you from Arizona?
I'm not. No, I've been here 10 years. I'm from Orlando, Florida.
Orlando, Florida.
Yeah.
So what brought you out here, man? What was your initial introduction to Arizona, man?
My initial introduction was a job that has long since ended. I interviewed over the phone and video phone for the job. I got here and it wasn't what I expected, and they weren't what I expected, and I don't believe I was what they expected either. So it wasn't a very good relationship. But my house was for sale in Florida. It was closing very shortly thereafter. My family was still in Florida, so I was kind of in a pinch. I had to make it work. So made it work for a few years, and then we decided to go our separate ways.
Yeah, go your separate ways.
Yeah.
You know what? That story that you just recited is usually similar. It might not exactly be the same, but similar in the way that people will come out here with a girlfriend, a friend, or a job, and then they'll get stuck out here, and now they're just left in
And I think that's
Arizona transition, I'll call it. I guess.
yeah.
Isn't that awful? How has Arizona treated you? I mean, as far as you're out here, you're homeless, so to speak, couch surfing and things of that nature. How do they treat you out here with this urban camping law? You're not allowed to take a rest at a park nowadays,
I know.
and they handcuff you. How do you feel about these rules and laws?
I was just shoot off from Circle K just minutes before I got here. I was been standing there 5 minutes, and the guy came out and told me I couldn't be loitering, so I just took off. And I'm finding it to be more and more aggravating. It happens every single day. You can't. It's like you got to keep moving all the time. And when I was staying in my car, there's a law that says you can sleep in your car anytime you want to sleep,
100%, yeah.
100% of the time. After 24 hours, and as long as you're not loitering. And they don't care. They'll still come up and find you. And I can't tell you how many times I've been woken up, tap, tap, tap on the window, and then they say, "And don't you think this is a strange place to be taking a nap, sir?" And then it usually gets downhill after that. But
Yeah, isn't that awful?
I think Arizona and I have a hate relationship. It hasn't been good to me, and I guess I haven't been good to it either, though. I was 46 before I even did street drugs, and I didn't do them until I moved here.
Oh,
And
God.
I didn't even think about it.
The border got you. Everything's
so.
here, man.
I don't know. I mean, I'm accountable for it. It was my decision to make.
I know,
But
obviously.
I wonder, how different things would have been if I would have stayed in Orlando, because I've lost very high-paying jobs, like $300,000, $400,000 jobs. I've lost 3 jobs since I've been in the past 8 years. I lost 2 cars to the state. I've lost a marriage.
So sorry,
I've lost
man.
everything on this
Yeah,
fucking drug.
that's awful, man.
Yeah, but
Isn't that the telltale story, though?
That's it.
That's like what happens.
and I'll tell you what happened. My drug dealer, my plug, he told me the day that I met him. He said, "So you're married?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "So you're going to be getting divorced over this probably, and you know that people are going to end up hating you over this, and you know that all these bad things are going to happen." He told me this straight up.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Man, you're crazy. That ain't me.
Nah, never.
That's not me."
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I've been in some type of recovery for the past 8 years, either imposed by the state or by my own choosing. I spent $40,000 of my own money in recoveries. I've been in almost every recovery facility in the valley.
Could you elaborate what are one of those $40,000 recovery homes like? I've never.
They're no different
I've
than-
only heard about them.
They're no
What are they
different.
like?
They're no different than the ones that are state funded.
Really?
The ones that are paid by state insurance, they're no different. Same people, same problems, same drugs. Same. They just they sugarcoat it. They send you on outings, like to do art and things like that. But you can do that too, like some of our other places.
Yeah, like in TLC, for instance.
Yeah, or Maverick. They're just
Huh.
I don't know why I spent my own money to do that, but I did. I guess because I wanted to. It was my last ditch effort to try to save my family, and that didn't happen. So
Yeah.
yeah, but I look back on it now and I'm like, shit, I could use that $40,000 about right now.
Yeah, man.
There could be some nice nights in a hotel. Yeah.
Man, $40,000. Yeah, I always hear about these luxury places that are like luxury hotels and whatnot, and they always, build them up to be something magnificent and the premier goal to get off of whatever addiction that you may have.
Yeah.
And I always see people return.
Yeah.
It's not like what it says it is. It's almost like used car salesman type
It is
of thing,
exactly. You
just,
hit the nail on the head. It's used car salesmen.
yeah,
man.
just
Big time.
just regurgitated.
And they're always. I call them pretty people. They always. They're all like, they look good, right?
Packs, look models, and look.
And they supposedly have this history of drug abuse or whatever, and it kind of makes you wonder sometimes whether or not they're elaborating a little bit on that. But the people I found that in all the facilities I've been in, that the ones that are state funded, they're just as good.
Yeah.
They may not have all the letters behind their name, but they've got street experience. They've got the experience, and I think the life experience is what fixes you.
100%.
Yeah.
They say experience is the best teacher.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I believe that wholeheartedly. So yeah, that's true. I believe you, man. That's 100% truth in my eyes, anyway, and obviously in yours too. So we agree on that.
Absolutely.
That's awesome, man. Being out here in Arizona, with all these rules, urban camping, they don't allow people to feed the homeless.
I know, right? It's sad.
Yeah.
I take food up to when I had a car. I was taking food up to Rio Verde all the time. You know, even those guys will take whatever you got. You know, they'll take leftovers from your car for 2 or 3 days. They're starving.
Man,
you know?
dude, there's people eating out of the trash can.
There are, absolutely. That's not uncommon.
And this is so sad. And for them to put a block, or like I said, put some kind of wedge in between somebody who's gonna eat for the day,
right? You
or
know,
make it harder on them just a little bit, kick them even more.
Right.
I think that's.
You know where the old tent city was, right?
Oh yeah.
On
yeah,
15th and
sure.
15th and Van Buren.
Oh yeah.
I have a friend that lives right behind the bus stop there, in those nice apartments. Nice
okay.
apartments back there, and on the 3rd floor, and you can look down to the bus stop and see those guys. You know, they're fighting or whatever, carrying on. It's bad. It's a rough area of town, a very rough area of town. Probably the roughest. Yeah, Cass, exactly. It's like a party over time. But I think they've taken a right step, and I just found this out recently, that where the old tent city was, they're doing something similar to what California did. California built those tiny homes, right? They have like a subdivision of tiny homes, and they're bringing their homeless in. And as long as you're clean and you're going to follow the rules, getting a job or trying to get a job, whatever, and you show up like every 2 or 3 days to hold your spot, then that's free housing for them, and it kind of consolidates everybody and keeps a rein on it. But I think that what Arizona's doing, it's a step in the right direction. They're providing tents now. They're providing them a tent. They're providing them a little plot or a spot to stay in.
I heard about that.
Yeah.
I definitely heard about that. I mean,
it's something.
Yeah, it's something.
But it's not what it
something
could
better
be.
than nothing. But I've heard also that there's a lot of bad stuff that goes on there. But there's bad stuff that goes on everywhere.
Yeah,
I treat it like everybody that I meet. Like if someone were to tell me, "Hey, man, you're the biggest whatever ever," I would say, "Well, when I met him, he bought me a smoothie, dude. I mean, he was cool,
right?
So I guess you just gotta, take things, for what it is, and that's just how I am, So you can't go off of what everybody says,
No, you can't. You're right, and I think I don't know. It's just something about. I come from the Southern hospitality, right? 100%. So, and then I moved out here, and it was like a culture shock for me because I thought it would be more forward thinking, being close to California or whatever, be more forward than what it is. And I found that just when I wasn't on the street, when I was, a member of the society, riding,
you should.
Yeah, doing everything like I should, riding the tube train and everything. People weren't nice on the street. They're not. People that are working and something's happened to our culture. I think that we've just.
You're hitting the nail.
It's
on
just
the head.
it's changed. I don't know what changed it. I don't know if COVID changed it. I don't know if 9/11 changed it. But something's changed. People feel entitled now, and people don't want to do anything to help anybody. If there's nothing in it for them, they just don't want it. I can say with certainty that the nicest people that I've met are people like you, people that are on the street, people that are homeless. They'll say good morning to you. I would trust them with my life probably before I would most of the street people.
Man, isn't that awful?
Yeah. I mean,
people don't even say hi no more.
No, they don't.
Walk right by you.
And I don't know.
Isn't that weird? I never done that. And people like it's funny. Like I have family members, and they're like, "Man, why do you always say hi to everyone?" Well, I'm walking by them, man.
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, dude?
I have never had a problem with anybody out here on the street. Any of the homeless people.
Yeah,
you know who to steer away from. But I've never been threatened or picked on or anything.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I feel like a community, a family within a family, I guess.
Yeah,
there's a bond there.
I would definitely say, like I tell a lot of people, Tempe to me, they have the most camaraderie that I've seen. And now that I'm coming over here, definitely Scottsdale has a lot of camaraderie. You guys are just so. You're like a cut above the rest when it comes to just, being there for each other. If someone needs tubes or something, one of you guys is going to make sure, someone gets it or figures it out. And if someone's hungry, I came over here, there was already pizzas and stuff here.
Yeah.
I was going to say, hey, man, do what I do, and have, so it's just awesome to see. You don't see it much, and when I do, it should be praised. That you guys are out here doing your thing, and helping each other versus kicking each other's ass and stuff.
Yeah, right.
You know?
I don't think that Scottsdale is necessarily a cut above, and
I mean, just the homeless people.
Yeah,
That's what I mean.
Yeah, okay.
Nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
let's not. Hold on. Yeah, let me. My bad. Let me go back.
Yeah.
I don't. They're not. I can't stand this. I don't like. Yeah, Scottsdale at all.
Yeah.
Just not get that.
It's you know, I've lived in. I used to live.
I mean, the homeless community.
Yeah.
There you go.
I lived in a suburb outside of Orlando that my next door neighbor was Tiger Woods, so I mean, yeah.
You know, yeah, that's a cut above the rest.
Right.
There you
And
go.
those people up there, man, you know, they're
Yeah.
whatever. But I don't know. It's has been a hard adaptation for me to come here, and I think I'll probably go back to Florida. You know, I've had money, I've had shitloads of money, and I've had no money. And I go through cycles, right?
Yeah.
So right now I'm in the no cycle money, but I have the ability to make money if I just, you
Do
know,
what
concentrate
you
on
need
it.
to. Yeah, it's so funny that not funny, you know, and I hate to say that, you know, wrong word that came out, but it's interesting to me that a lot of people that I meet out here have been millionaires. They've been in way better positions than me. I mean, way better positions than me ever in my life. I mean, like, I've met anyone from, like, literally millionaires.
You know, I can't say that I was happier at any point though. When I had money or didn't have money, I can't say that I was happier, you know, at any point.
Yeah.
You know, whether I had it or didn't, because it comes with its own set of problems and your own set of friends, and it's just, I don't know, take it or leave it. Take it or leave it, I guess.
It is what it is, huh?
It is what it is.
Yeah, man. Like I told you, I didn't want to keep you too long, man. That was a awesome interview, man.
Cool.
I want to thank you so much, man.
You're very welcome.
For your time and just, you know, you're an amazing guy, man.
Thank you.
Story, I hope people resonate with it. I hope someone reaches out and feels the need in their heart to help out with you. Maybe is there anything that you want or need, or anything that maybe if someone sees this, finds it in their heart, maybe they could get to you somehow? Or
I can't think of anything. Just I need a job.
Definitely, yeah. If they're in the Scottsdale area, man, this guy's willing to work. He's ready, man. He needs to work. Let's try to find him a job. And like I said, man, my last question to you, I always ask this. So in 5 years from now, if you can think out that far, and if you're willing to, where do you see yourself and why?
Probably see myself back in Florida.
I could say like
going back home.
Yeah.
Hopefully be able to rekindle some broken relationships.
That's solid,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good start, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope I see you out there, man, or something. You know, I never really ever got to travel much, and that'd be real cool to see something different than this old place.
Yeah. I truly think that you know, people's paths cross for a reason.
Yeah, me too, man.
So I know why. I don't know why ours has crossed, but it'll come to me.
Yeah, it'll come to me too. It just
Yeah.
was so awesome, so organic how that happened, man.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate you for doing that, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that was an awesome interview, man. Thank you so much. You have a good one, buddy.
Thanks.